สวัสดีครับ Good morning and thank you for joining us on Newsline, broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and NBT World. Today is Maka Busha Day, February 22nd, 2016. My name is Surapan Lautaranarit. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. First up, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has paid a courtesy call on Thailand's Prime Minister, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, during his official visit to the Kingdom of Thailand. General Prayut received the Palestinian president at Government House and said he was looking forward to this visit, which is the first high-level meeting between the two sides. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations between Thailand and the Palestine territories in 2012, their relations have always been strong. President Abbas said Palestine wished to further cooperation with Thailand in various aspects, namely politics and trade and investment. He also thanked the Thai side for helping to improve Palestine's tourism and economy, as Thailand is currently working with Japan on Palestinian developments. In reply, General Prayut said Thailand was more than willing to assist Palestine in terms of human resources, tourism, sports, agriculture, public health, and skilled labor. General Prayut also voiced his support for Palestine to reach a peace agreement with Israel based on the two-state solution approach. The Prime Minister has offered clarification about the 20-year national strategies adopted by the new Constitution. According to government spokesperson Major General Sansern Kaew-Kamneut, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha said the 20-year national strategies were conceived as a framework for the joint efforts of the government, the private sector, and the people in the development of the country at different periods of time. General Prayut stated that such an initiative is intended to make sure that all national development efforts will be aligned in the same direction by providing a broad scope for everyone in the country without forcing anyone to do anything specifically. Major General Sansern went on to say that the Prime Minister believes that any politician who truly wants to serve the country will not consider the 20-year national strategies as an obstacle, while pleading for understanding from members of the public to collaborate on this endeavor. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has recently attended the ASEAN-US Summit in California. Here to talk about the Prime Minister's visit is Deputy Government Spokesperson Major General Weerachon Sukhonthapatipak, who is on the phone with us right now. Kun Weerachon, สวัสดีครับ
ครับ สวัสดีครับ คุณสุรพันธ์ครับ
Welcome to the show. So, how was your trip back to Thailand?
How was my trip? Tiring, but I believe it was very successful.
So, well, first of all, what were some of the main agendas discussed at the ASEAN-US Summit?
In fact, at the US-ASEAN Special Summit has been conducted in a timely fashion. They have discussed many issues covering all the substantial topics in politics, security, economy, and they talk about regional issues, a global agenda, talk about, in fact, talk about everything that I have mentioned to you.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Okay.
Go ahead. Yep.
So, could you talk about the Sunnylands Declaration? How will it benefit ASEAN and the U.S.?
In fact, we have to understand that the Sunnyland Declaration is very important because it happened because of the special summit, which is the first U.S.-ASEAN summit held in the United States. It reflects the commitment the United States wants to have with the ASEAN, with the ASEAN, after ASEAN has become the ASEAN community. Mm-hmm. And the Sunnyland Declaration covers all agenda, all area. It serves as the a guiding principle for the ASEAN-US to move forward together, to work together in the future. It covers every area: security, stability, politics, economy, as I mentioned, as well as the social and culture. It is in line with the three pillars of ASEAN community.
Okay. So in terms of future cooperation between ASEAN and the U.S., what can we expect in the next 5 to 10 years, given that the U.S. has recognized the importance of the newly formed ASEAN community?
Well, I think it would be, it would have, a lot of things would all activity would happen in the very near future, because if you look at the agenda that discussed in the meeting and appear in the Sunny Declaration, the U.S. seems to, not saying obviously, recognize the importance of the significance of ASEAN, particularly ASEAN community. When it comes to security, U.S. has shown the respect for the sovereignty, for the territorial integrity, equality, and political dependence of all nations. And of course, they emphasize that we must uphold the principle and purpose of the Charter of the United Nations. And if you look at the economic front, at this meeting, they recognize the importance of pursuing policy that lead to dynamic and open and competitive economy, and foster economic growth, job creation, innovation, entrepreneurship, and connectivity, and support the SME. And of course, very important to narrow the development gap. It means that in the economic area, ASEAN countries and United States would work closely in collaboration. And we can see that in the very near future there would be a closer link between ASEAN nations and the United States. This is because and this time it is important to keep you informed that the ASEAN nation has shown the solidarity to the U.S. that from now on we would not if you deal with ASEAN, you would have to deal with the collective body, not just individual country. Bilateral cooperation is okay, you can continue. But if you talk about ASEAN, ASEAN is stronger than ASEAN in the past. ASEAN is right now more solid than ASEAN in the past. And ASEAN is now the market of 600 population. And that kind of significance has convinced the U.S. to recognize ASEAN. And U.S. also showed the commitment to share many things with ASEAN. As I mentioned to you earlier, that you talk about the global issue, and U.S. recognize that to deal with the social agenda, the global issue or the global agenda, you have to engage ASEAN. That kind of thing happened. And of course, in the past, we only discussed about only security and politics. But now the U.S. also recognize the importance of the people-to-people connectivity. Therefore, there would be kind of a program that engage ASEAN and American citizens, particularly the young people, that promote opportunity for all of the people of both ASEAN and the U.S. This reflects the attitude that the U.S. has towards the ASEAN at the moment. Mm-hmm. So we can expect that cooperation and activity between the U.S. and ASEAN would cover all dimensions: economy, security, and politics, and people-to-people connectivity is also a key factor.
Mm-hmm. So overall, a very fruitful trip, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very, very fruitful. We as I mentioned to you, we talk about collective effort of ASEAN to deal with the U.S. And of course, at the end of the meeting, we have the what we call Sunnyland Declaration as the guiding principle for moving forward together. And this is very, very important because at the prior to this, we have engaged with the U.S. and there is no significant guiding principle for the ASEAN and the U.S. But of course, we have the mechanism, for example, to deal with security such as the ADMM, such as the working under the EAS or East Asia Summit framework. But Sunny Declaration is now a blueprint for of the guiding principle between the US and ASEAN. So I think this is very important and very successful.
Okay. So lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add regarding the visit to the U.S.?
Well, visiting to the U.S. this time is another activity happened during this administration, and I just want to say that we can, as the Thai people, you can be proud that the Thai government, particularly under the General Prayut leadership, he has done at his best capacity to tell the world, tell the international community that we are doing our best, not just only for the Thai people, not only for the country, but we have do in our best capacity to honor all obligations and fulfill the commitment we have with the international community. And it is well understood among ASEAN and between ASEAN and the U.S. So this is what we are trying to do, and I believe that we are recognized by this principle, by this intention, and everyone understand and look for the better future of Thailand and the Thai people.
Right. All right. It's been a great pleasure talking to you, Kun Virachon.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for joining us. สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
All right. Meanwhile, the Royal Thai government, through its Command Center for Combating Illegal Fishing, or CCCIF, is implementing various measures to prevent and crack down on illegal, unreported, and unregulated, or IUU fishing in Thai waters. Here's a special report from the CCCIF.
The atmosphere at the Central Fish Pier in Krabi province was different today. A stranger came for a visit. There was music from the Navy band playing. Students were watching various types of fish being unloaded from the fishing boats that have just come into port and listening carefully to the explanation given by the official on what was going on. There was a mobile medical unit from the Navy providing checkups and giving medical advice to the people. Officials from the Command Center for Combating Illegal Fishing also participated in the activities and visiting the local fishermen. Not just saying hellos, there were also mutual exchanges of knowledge and experiences. Representatives of the fishermen and those involved, including both central and local authorities, joined in the discussion.
บุคลากรทางภาคราชการโดยเฉพาะสบปป.เห็นการเปลี่ยนแปลงของจังหวัดกระบี่ไปในทางที่ดี
Thot Thongdi, a renowned foreign artist who has shown particular interest in the Thai fishery issues, also participated in the discussion.
คนไทย1 คนชาวพม่า30 คนออกไปไกลและเอาอยู่เฮ้ยคนนี้ไม่น่าขับเรือน่าจะไปสอนวิธีบริหารมนุษย์ในบริษัทใหญ่ๆจริงๆ
The context of the fishery in Krabi province is perfect for the studies. Mr. Manit Damkun, President of Krabi Fishermen Association for over 15 years, also took part in telling the story of the hope and sustainability.
เรายกเรื่องทรัพยากรบอกถ้าเราไม่มีกุ้งไม่มีปลาไม่มีอะไรสักอย่างขณะนี้นะขณะนั้นนะก็เราอยู่กันไม่ได้
The story of the fishermen in Krabi province that has been picture perfect in the past but has had to adapt to the changes under the rules and regulations along with the joint effort in every sector is one of the aspiration and sustainability of the fisheries and the seas of Thailand.
A war room has been set up at the headquarters of the Department of Water Resources to monitor the haze situation in the northern part of Thailand. After chairing the opening ceremony, Natural Resources and Environment Minister General Surasak Kanchanarat said the war room will be keeping a close watch on smoke and forest fires across 9 northern provinces, including Tak, Lampang, Lamphun, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Nan, Phrae, Phayao, and Mae Hong Son. The war room will also act as a coordinating center between responsible agencies, as well as exchange useful information with them. In addition, the minister said the government's efforts to tackle haze and wildfires has been very successful, while asking northern residents to avoid unnecessary burning activities and heed suggestions from local authorities in their respective areas. And that's it for today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Up next in ASEAN News, we have a special report on a joint concert performance announced between the Princess Kalayaniwattana Institute of Music and Cambodian musicians. But before that, let's have a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
Pad Thai has been famous since World War II. Noodles are made from rice. The same grain used for rice with barbecue pork, rice with chicken, and crispy rice. The sauce is made from a mixture of tamarind. Locals believe the tamarind tree is holy and use it to ward off evil spirits such as the flying ghost, the glowing ghost, also Dracula. Pad Thai is not complete without dry shrimps. Good dry shrimps come from the south of Thailand, which is known for a beautiful coral reef, white sand, and sunshine. If you prefer authenticity, try having it with banana blossoms. Banana tree trunks are also used for the Loi Krathong festival and also for practicing Muay Thai. This is the story of Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in amazing Thailand.
Welcome back to Newsline. The Princess Kalayaniwattana Institute of Music has announced a joint concert performance with Cambodia. Our reporter Sutishat Denpruktham attended the press conference.
Thailand and Cambodia will celebrate their 65th anniversary of relationship with music, which will come in the form of a gala dinner concert that will be performed in Phnom Penh on the 23rd and 25th of February. The press conference about this event took place on the 19th of the same month, which began with the selection of music performed by the students of Princess Kalayaniwattana Music Institute, which will be one of the bands that will perform in Cambodia.
You will see that our performers are all students, and they are students of Princess Kalayaniwattana Institute of Music, and also they are the young generations, young people from schools or from other universities who join us in this youth orchestra of our institute. And so, and you will see that they are very talented in music.
The main concert, which will take place in Cambodia, will comprise the three major themes: the celebration, the love, and the harmony of two kingdoms, which will reflect the improved relationship of these two most ancient kingdoms in mainland Southeast Asia. The main concert will be performed by both the Thai students from the Princess Kalayaniwattana Music Institute and the students of the Royal University of Fine Arts of Cambodia, and include both the royal compositions of both countries. Thailand and Cambodia relationship had historically been rocky, with many border disputes and conflicts. However, culturally and physically, two countries has always been close. E. Sophie, the Cambodian ambassador to Thailand, described her impression that two kingdoms as naturally close in many respects, from a sense of cuisine to the language and tradition. The political relationship between the two countries has also been significantly improved recently. The growing degree of integration among ASEAN countries also play a role in the growing relationship.
Of course, culture between us are so similar, and of course, joining ASEAN, Thailand not only is close with Cambodia in terms of culture, bilaterally, but also we have to work together within the ASEAN community to promote the prosperity, happiness of the region as a whole.
This event is jointly organized by Thailand's Ministry of Culture, Thai Embassy of Phnom Penh, the Princess Kalayaniwattana Music Institute, and the Thailand-Cambodia Friendship Associations. The gala concert will take place on 24th and the public concert on 25th. Sutisha Damphrik Tham, reporting for NBT World.
Just a quick announcement. The Thai National Committee on Irrigation and Drainage is inviting members of the public to take part in a slogan contest under the theme of Water Management in a Changing World, Role of Irrigation for Sustainable Food Production. The slogan must be in both Thai and English and shall be sent to sloganwif2016@gmail.com no later than February 24th, 2016. The winner will be announced on February 29th and will receive 20,000 baht in prize money along with a certificate. For more information, please visit worldwideweb.rid.go.th/ThaiCID/. And that's all for now. And for any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or visit our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. And for today, we're going to say goodbye with footage of a rare Sumatran tiger cub born in Indonesia's Medan Zoo. I'm Surabhat Lautharanarit. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day. สวัสดีครับ